Imagine this, Tom Holland, the boyish face of Spider-Man, swinging through a web of secrets so tangled it could bankrupt empires and shatter families overnight. But what if the real web he's caught in isn't made of Hollywood lights? It's woven from millions in hidden accounts, ruthless betrayals, and a financial empire that's teetering on the edge of total collapse. Sources close to the star are whispering that behind the charming smiles and record-breaking box office hauls lies a darker truth. Tom's once innocent rise from British theater kid to global superstar has morphed into something far more dangerous, a massive financial machine fueled by blockbuster deals, sneaky investments, and alleged backroom alliances that now threaten to destroy everything he's built. Insiders claim heated arguments have erupted behind closed doors, with Tom screaming at his closest advisors, "You promised this would never touch my family." Just weeks ago, a shocking leak exposed documents suggesting Tom's empire stretches far beyond movie sets into luxury real estate, tech, startups, and even controversial offshore ventures worth tens of millions. But the real bombshell? Accusations of betrayal from within his inner circle. A trusted manager allegedly siphoned funds while Tom was busy filming, leaving the young actor blindsided and furious. Family members are said to be divided, with some urging him to walk away before it's too late, while others push for aggressive expansion. Fans are already losing their minds online, flooding comment sections with heartbreak and outrage. Is our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man actually a ruthless tycoon? One viral post reads, "Emotions are running dangerously high as whispers of lawsuits, broken trusts, and potential scandals threaten to unravel the Holland name forever." What really happened in those private meetings where millions changed hands? Who is truly loyal and who is ready to watch Tom fall? The web is tightening and the truth is about to drop. As the dust from those leaked documents began to settle, Tom Holland found himself pacing the marble floors of his sprawling London mansion at 3 a.m., his usually bright eyes now bloodshot with rage and exhaustion. Screaming into his phone at his longtime business manager Marcus, who had been like a second father since the early Spider-Man days. "How the hell could you do this to me, Marcus? I trusted you with everything, my future, my family's security, and now there are millions vanishing into accounts I never even knew existed." The betrayal cut deep, slicing through the carefully constructed image of the humble, hard-working actor who had risen from playing Billy Elliot on stage to becoming one of the highest-paid young stars in the Marvel universe. But behind the scenes, his financial empire had ballooned into a monstrous beast of endorsements, production deals, real estate flips in New York and Los Angeles, and shadowy investments in emerging tech firms promising revolutionary AI for film production that were now under federal scrutiny for possible irregularities. Fans were shocked when the first whispers hit social media, flooding Twitter and Instagram with hashtags like Tom Holland exposed and #SpiderMoney, some defending their hero with fierce loyalty, while others turned vicious, accusing him of turning into just another greedy celebrity who forgot his roots. And the emotional toll was visible as Tom's younger brothers, Harry and Sam, confronted him during a tense family dinner that ended in tears and slammed doors, with Harry yelling across the table, "You're supposed to be the responsible one, Tom. Mom and Dad are worried sick about these offshore things. Do you even know what you've dragged us into?" The family was left divided, their once tight-knit bond fracturing under the weight of accusations that Tom had prioritized empire building over everything, including a secret romantic fallout with Zendaya that insiders claimed stemmed from heated arguments over his growing obsession with financial risks, where she allegedly pleaded with him in their shared Beverly Hills hideaway. I fell in love with the boy who dreamed of theater, not this Wall Street version of you chasing millions at any cost, only for Tom to fire back in a moment of raw vulnerability mixed with defiance. You don't understand the pressures, Zendaya. This isn't just about me anymore. It's about securing our future, but now it's all crumbling because of one greedy bastard. Unexpected twists kept piling up as a former associate leaked audio recordings of boardroom meetings where Tom's voice could be heard demanding aggressive expansions into cryptocurrency ventures tied to entertainment NFTs, boasting we're going to own the next generation of fan engagement, make Spider-Man immortal through digital empires. But those same deals allegedly involved silent partners with questionable backgrounds, leading to a massive lawsuit filed by disgruntled investors who claimed they were misled about returns, sending shockwaves through Hollywood and leaving Tom's publicists scrambling to contain the narrative while paparazzi swarmed his every move. Reactions poured in from all corners, with fellow Marvel stars like Robert Downey Jr. reaching out privately with words of caution, but publicly the internet exploded with memes and conspiracy theories suggesting Tom's financial maneuvers were part of a larger industry cover-up, while his parents, Dominic and Nicola, issued a rare statement expressing concern for their son's well-being amid the chaos. Yet behind closed doors, family therapy sessions turned explosive as old. Resentment surfaced about how Tom's fame had overshadowed everyone else's lives. The personal stakes couldn't have been higher. Tom faced not only potential financial ruin, but the very real threat of losing his career if studios pulled back due to the scandal, prompting him to fly to New York for emergency meetings with top lawyers where he broke down in a private jet, confessing to his attorney, "I started this to prove I was more than just the guy in the suit. But now it feels like the web is strangling me instead of lifting me up." Twists continued as a surprise whistleblower emerged from within his production company, revealing that millions had been funneled into a luxury yacht purchase and private island investments without proper disclosures, leading to accusations of tax evasion that had authorities knocking on doors and Tom's friends distancing themselves in fear of association, with one close pal telling reporters off the record, "He was always ambitious, but this level of secrecy, it changed him, made him paranoid and isolated." Emotions ran high as Tom attempted damage control with a tearful Instagram live that garnered millions of views, where he addressed fans directly, his voice cracking, "I've made mistakes, but I'm fighting for my integrity. Spider-Man stands for truth, and so do I." Yet the backlash was immediate, with critics calling it a PR stunt, while loyal supporters rallied with petitions to save his reputation. Meanwhile, deeper family drama unfolded when his sister Emma confronted him about how the Empire's pressures had strained their sibling relationships, leading to a heartfelt but painful reconciliation attempt, filled with hugs and apologies, only for another bombshell to drop when leaked emails suggested Tom had been advised to distance himself from certain family members to protect the brand, igniting fresh betrayals and forcing late-night calls where voices rose in anger and sorrow. As the story snowballed, unexpected alliances formed with rival entertainment moguls, offering bailout deals laced with strings that could dilute Tom's control, creating internal conflicts as his team argued fiercely over the boardroom table, one executive shouting, "Take the deal or we all go down with this ship, Tom. You built this empire, but it's eating you alive." The young star's emotional conflicts reached a boiling point during a solitary moment in his gym, punching a heavy bag while reflecting on the boy who once auditioned for small roles versus the man now juggling billions in potential assets, haunted by the fear of becoming the villain in his own story. Fan reactions intensified with online campaigns demanding transparency, some creating deepfake videos imagining confrontations between Tom and his alleged betrayers, while celebrity friends like Harrison Osterfield publicly supported him but privately expressed doubts about the full extent of the financial web. Further twists emerged when a hidden clause in one of his major Spider-Man contracts was revealed to include performance bonuses tied to personal brand value, which had ballooned due to the scandal, ironically boosting his visibility, leading to ironic windfalls even as lawsuits mounted. The drama escalated with reports of Tom hiring private investigators to track down the source of the leaks, resulting in tense standoffs and accusations flying within his circle, where a former friend turned enemy allegedly confronted him in a London pub sneering, "You thought you could play God with all that money, but karma swings harder than any web slinger." Family stakes deepened as Dominic Holland, Tom's father, penned an emotional open letter hinting at the sacrifices made for his son's success, stirring public sympathy and debate about the price of fame. Throughout it all, Tom navigated sleepless nights filled with what-ifs, his mind racing through scenarios of redemption or total downfall, confiding in Zendaya during a reconciliatory weekend getaway. "I want to simplify, focus on what matters, us, the work that inspires people, not just the millions piling up like empty promises." Yet the empire's tentacles reached further, involving international deals in Asia and Europe, that brought cultural clashes and more hidden conflicts, with local partners claiming verbal agreements had been broken, sparking cross-continental legal battles that kept lawyers on speed dial. Reactions from the broader industry were mixed, with some praising Tom's hustle and building from child actor paychecks to a multifaceted mogul, while others condemned the alleged greed, creating a polarized landscape where every interview and appearance became a minefield. Personal growth arcs intertwined with the chaos as Tom began journaling his experiences, turning pain into potential creative fuel for future projects. But not before another dramatic twist where a trusted accountant was implicated in a larger fraud ring, leading to arrests and Tom's tearful press conference where he vowed, "This ends now. I'm taking back control of my life and my legacy." The emotional roller coaster left everyone involved raw, with fans dissecting every gesture in his public appearances for signs of stress or resolve, while the family slowly mended fences through private retreats aimed at healing old wounds exacerbated by the financial storm. As more details trickled out about innovative but risky ventures like virtual reality Spider-Man experiences funded by his empire, the narrative shifted from pure scandal to a complex tale of ambition, hubris, and resilience, keeping audiences glued to every update. Betrayals weren't limited to business either, as old romantic interests resurfaced with tell-all stories adding layers of personal drama that humanized the superstar, even amid the chaos. The stakes remained intensely personal, with Tom grappling with identity crises about whether success measured in dollars truly defined him, leading to profound conversations with mentors who urged balance. Twists kept coming as a potential merger with a major streaming giant promised salvation, but required sacrificing creative freedoms, sparking heated debates among his inner circle where loyalties were tested once more. Through it all, the fabricated yet sensationally woven tale painted Tom as both hero and flawed protagonist in a modern financial saga, where millions flowed like adrenaline through his veins but threatened to drown the very spirit that made him beloved. Fans oscillated between outrage and admiration, flooding forums with theories and support messages, while industry watchers predicted either a meteoric fall or phoenix-like rise from the ashes of controversy. The web of his empire, once a symbol of triumph from Spider-Man fame to vast wealth, now stood as a cautionary labyrinth of human drama, secrets, and the relentless pursuit of more. leaving everyone wondering how far the threads would unravel before a final resolution emerged. As the empire's shadows lengthened under intense public glare, Tom Holland retreated momentarily into the quiet hills of his countryside estate, where the weight of every risky investment, every whispered accusation, and every fractured relationship pressed down like the gravity he defied on screen. Yet here in reality, he confronted the raw truth that his financial web had ensnared not just business rivals, but his own sense of self, leading to a pivotal midnight confession to his inner circle gathered around a roaring fireplace, his voice trembling with unfiltered emotion as he admitted, "I built this from nothing but passion and sweat after those early Spider-Man checks. But somewhere along the way, the millions became chains instead of wings. I never wanted to lose you all in the process." This vulnerability sparked a series of reconciliatory twists, including a surprise family intervention orchestrated by his mother, Nicola, where old home videos played on loop reminded everyone of the grounded boy beneath the mogul facade, melting away some of the divisions and prompting tearful group hugs mixed with tough love lectures about prioritizing mental health over balance sheets. Yet drama refused to fade as fresh leaks exposed partnerships with high-profile venture capitalists who allegedly used Tom's name to lure investors into volatile schemes involving blockchain entertainment platforms, resulting in public accusations from jilted stakeholders who stormed social media with proof of misleading projections, causing Tom's stock like personal brand value to fluctuate wildly and forcing emergency strategy sessions filled with shouting matches where advisors clashed over fight or flight responses, one yelling desperately, "We double down or we walk away clean, but you can't keep swinging between worlds without consequences." Fans remained hooked, their reactions a whirlwind of empathy and skepticism, with support groups forming online to defend his character, while detractors launched boycotts that briefly impacted merchandise sales, all while celebrity peers sent covert messages of solidarity, some even offering financial bridges to weather the storm. The personal stakes intensified when Zendaya, standing firmly by his side through the turbulence, faced her own barrage of media scrutiny, leading to a private beachside argument that ended in passionate reconciliation as she whispered fiercely, "We fight this together, Tom. Your empire doesn't define us. Our love does," reigniting their bond and inspiring Tom to pivot toward more transparent projects like indie films funded ethically from his legitimate Spider-Man residuals. Unexpected alliances blossomed amid the chaos, with former critics within the industry reaching out for collaborations that could rehabilitate his image, but not without further betrayals when a close confidant was caught leaking sensitive details to tabloids for personal gain, prompting Tom to cut ties in a dramatic phone call laced with disappointment. "After everything we shared, this is how you repay the trust? I thought we were building something real." Family drama reached its emotional crescendo during a holiday gathering about the loneliness at the top despite the millions, yet emerging stronger with a renewed commitment to authenticity that resonated deeply in a heartfelt podcast appearance where he openly discussed the highs and devastating lows. Industry ripples continued as studios reconsidered future deals, wary of associated risks but intrigued by the publicity goldmine, leading to tense negotiations filled with power plays and reluctant compromises. Through every layer of this fabricated whirlwind, the story underscored the fragile line between ambition and turn therapy like Forum, where siblings aired grievances about feeling sidelined by Tom's globe-trotting empire pursuits, ultimately forging stronger connections through shared laughter and promises of better boundaries moving forward. As lawsuits dragged on, with settlements rumored in the high seven figures, Tom channeled the turmoil into creative outlets, announcing a passion project that blended his acting roots with thoughtful financial storytelling, surprising skeptics and winning back hesitant fans who praised his resilience. Twists abounded with revelations of philanthropic undercurrents hidden within the empire, including anonymous donations to theater programs for underprivileged kids that mirrored his own beginnings, humanizing the narrative and sparking debates on whether the financial machinations were ultimately a means to greater good or self-serving excess. Reactions from global audiences poured in across cultures, with international fans in Asia and Europe dissecting the saga through localized lenses, some viewing it as a cautionary tale of Western capitalism's pitfalls, while others celebrated the underdog spirit, fighting systemic pressures. Emotional conflicts peaked as Tom faced sleepless nights, haunted by visions of losing it all. Confiding in his journal excess, loyalty, and opportunism, painting Tom as a multifaceted figure whose journey from Spider-Man to suspected financial titan encapsulated the intoxicating yet perilous allure of fame's fortune. Friends who stuck around became lifelines, offering perspective that helped him untangle personal knots, while the broader public remained divided yet utterly captivated, turning every new development into viral moments that kept the drama alive and thriving in the cultural conversation. In the end, Tom Holland's massive financial empire stands as both a testament to his meteoric rise from Spider-Man swings to multi-million-dollar maneuvers and a cautionary saga riddled with betrayals, family rifts, heated confrontations, and hard-won lessons that have left the young star forever changed. The unresolved questions linger heavily. Who will emerge as the ultimate victor in the looming lawsuits? Can the fractured relationships fully heal under the spotlight's glare? And will Tom's empire evolve into a force for genuine good or crumble under its own weighty secrets? The drama has exposed the raw underbelly of celebrity wealth, where millions come at the steep price of trust and peace, leaving fans and observers alike pondering the true cost of success in a world that demands constant performance both on and off the screen. What do you think happened behind those closed doors? Heroic comeback or total unraveling? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. Hit that like button if this web of intrigue had you hooked, and subscribe for more explosive, unfiltered dives into the biggest Hollywood empires and scandals. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next twist in these sensational stories. Your voice fuels the fire, so let's keep the conversation going.